Go ahead. Do your worst. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, it all started when my dumbass captain recruited this burping and farting skeleton into our crew. The thing is, I knew something like this would happen when we saw that haunted ghost ship in the middle of the Florida Triangle. I knew Luffy would want to go on board and meet a ghost or two. So I sent 2 people I thought would be dependable enough to make sure the captain doesn't curse us while he's on this ghost ship, but no. 5 minutes after they leave the sunny, Luffy comes back with a whole skeleton, like, wow, okay, so we are cursed then. But then the burping and farting skeleton says that he's hungry, so we get the cook to feed him, and that's when at the dinner table, our captain is like, all right, Buckle, what are you doing out here? And the skeleton's like, oh, no, my name is Brook, and actually, I still haven't asked you what's your name. And I'm like, so you have no idea who this is either. You met a skeleton and didn't ask him any questions before you told him to join our crew. That's crazy. But anyway, he tells us who he is and why he's a skeleton, and apparently he died at sea, but he ate a devil fruit that lets his soul return to his body after he dies. But when his soul came back, it got lost in the fog and didn't find his body until it was already a skeleton. Can you imagine that? Getting so lost you let yourself become a skeleton? This guy is stupid, I'm telling you. So he tells us that story, and that's when we notice that this freak doesn't have a shadow either, and that's when Usopp and Chopper jump out of their seats like, I knew it! He's a zombie vampire! So we ask him what's up with the shadow, and the skeleton just keeps burping and farting like we're not even there. Eventually, though, he tells us that because his shadow was stolen, he now cannot go out into the sun or else he's gonna disintegrate. So now that we have proof that he is in fact a zombie vampire, we figure he has nothing left to hide, and he tells us he would join us if he could, but he can't go anywhere until he gets his shadow back. So our captain says, screw that, let's just go get your shadow back. Who took it? I'll punch him in the face. And the bastard's like, no, I could never let you guys risk yourselves for me. Let's just sing instead. And I knew as soon as our captain saw that this burping and farting skeleton was also a musician, it was all over from there. Whoever this zombie vampire was, he was joining our crew. That's when a ghost shows up in the kitchen and scares everybody. We're like, damn it, you zombie vampire, call him off. But Brook doesn't know what's going on either. We run outside and see an island appear out of nowhere. The Florida Triangle is weird as hell. This island's apparently called Thriller Bark, and as soon as we see Thriller Bark, Brook tells us goodbye and jumps off toward the island so we can get his shadow back. Apparently the pirates that took his shadow all live here. So Usopp, Nami, and Chopper take the Mini Mary onto Thriller Bark after him. And as soon as they leave the ship and disappear into the fog, we hear them screaming, so it's like, damn, well, okay, that can't be good. And then another ghost shows up on the sunny and just starts fucking with all of us, pulling on Luffy's face, playing with my swords, and he just starts straight up manhandling the cook, which is funny as hell. But what isn't funny is that at one point, this bitch-ass ghost straight up just starts sexually assaulting Robin. So I'm like, goddamn, what is going on with this freaky-ass island? So we decide we better go save them before they all get killed, so we park the Sunny in a spider web and start exploring. That's when we immediately run into Cerberus, the 3-headed guard dog of hell, so I'm like, alright, stand back guys, I'll take care of this. But my captain's like, now hang on Zoro, maybe this thing wants to join our crew too. So Luffy walks up and punches the shit out of Cerberus, and just like that, Cerberus stopped fighting back, and he even let us ride him through the haunted island. So I don't know, I guess what I'm saying is we officially own the guard dog of hell. That's pretty cool. We keep going and we see a zombie tree and a unicorn having tea together, and immediately our captain and Frankie grab them both, and Luffy tries to make them a part of our crew too. He is treating this haunted island like he is playing Pokemon. And I don't even know where all of these freaks are gonna fit on the Sunny when this is all over. I mean, it was honestly getting out of hand. We eventually run into even more ghosts, and all I can hope is that these are just spooky ghosts and not the sex pest ghosts that we saw from the ship earlier. But shit gets even weirder when the ghosts phase through Frankie and Luffy, and we find out that they're actually depression ghosts. Touching them makes you immediately lose all of your will and joy, which is without a doubt the scariest shit that's ever happened to us. So we keep moving through the forest until we reach a cemetery, and at this point, after encountering all these weirdos, I'm thinking, alright, what else could there possibly be? And right as I think that, a goddamn zombie pops out of the ground. Jesus Christ, is that a zombie? Hey, Zoro, are you gonna eat your taco that Sanji made us for lunch? I already ate mine, but I'm still hungry. Luffy, turn around, there's something in front of us. Huh? All right. Yeah. There we go. So like I was saying, give me that taco if you're not gonna eat it, Zoro. I'm starving. So we all kept walking until we finally make it to the big mansion right in the middle of the island. We break in and start beating everybody up until they tell us where the rest of our friends are. While we're in the castle, eventually I get so lost I ended up inside a coffin. No idea how that happened, but the next thing I know, this long-necked spider bat is peeling off my shadow. And it wasn't just me. A bunch of us got caught and got our shadows stolen. So everyone that got their shadows took wakes up on the Sunny and regroups and prepare to go back into the haunted island to get their shadows back. So everybody runs back on the Thriller Bark and as soon as I get there, I run into a zombie samurai with a badass sword. I say, hey man, you gonna have to come up off of that. I need it. So we fight a little bit, but the zombie samurai eventually just gives me the sword after I only cut him once, which was weird, but I beat the zombie samurai, and that's when Brooke's shadow returns to him for some reason. I still have no idea what's happening. You know, I wasn't paying attention when we went over the plan back on the Sunny. I'm just fighting people. But yeah, Brooke has his shadow back, so that was cool. But I keep looking for whoever has my shadow, and while I'm looking, that's when the long-necked spider bat crawls out from his hole, and this time he's got a zombie giant with him. A zombie giant that sounds and acts remarkably like our captain. He's beating us all up, talking about what he's gonna eat for dinner when he's done wrecking our shit, and he shouts his full name, address, and social security number. Like, it's starting to get really concerning. Like, who is this and what did you do to our captain? So things are getting out of control. The zombie giant is really hard to beat, so we all think to ourselves, okay, if this guy is Luffy somehow, how would we all beat Luffy if we had to? And then we all looked at each other and said, Straw Hat Mechazord. So Frankie played the Power Rangers and Space theme, and we all get into position and combined our strength. And I gotta be honest, I don't think this was gonna work. But at the time, it was just so rare that we all agreed on something this ridiculous. I felt like I just had to see it through. That was, of course, until Robin said that she would literally rather die than be a part of whatever the hell we were doing. So Frankie was like, all right, I guess we can just fight him regular then. But before we get all carried away with that, we need to talk about today's sponsor, which is Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. Both Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. are Japanese snack subscription boxes, and their mission is to help you experience Japan from the comfort of your own living room. They do that by providing you with a variety of fun, unique, and exclusive snacks that are only available in Japan. And everybody knows the only two holidays that matter are Halloween and Christmas. So I hope everyone is ready for the spooky season this year, because the theme for Tokyo Treat is Snacktacular Halloween. So that means you can enjoy limited edition Halloween themed snacks like Tasty Apple Kit Kats, Creepy Crispy Corn Bites, Goolicious Garlic Chips, Halloween Custard Cakes, and Tabaco Trick-or-Treat Biscuits. But I gotta say, them Creepy Crispy Corn Bites were something else, oh my god. And the theme for Sakura Co this month is Nico's Autumn Splendor. So you can enjoy snacks that connect you to forest harmony, like the Sweet Potato Yokon, the Momji Manju, the Walnut Mochi, and the Nico Yuba Chips. And all of this, of course, goes well with the tea for this month, which is the Autumn Sencha Tea. And this month, the tableware item is gonna be the Neko Furoshiki. And as usual, if you want to learn about the regions you're getting all of these snacks from, or if you need to check out any allergen information for any of the snacks that you'll be eating, then you'll enjoy going through the booklets that come with each box. So if you think this all sounds delicious and you'd like to get a box for yourself or for someone you love, check out the link in the description of this video and use code MUGIWARA to receive $5 off your first Tokyo Treat or Sakura Co box. A very special thank you to Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co for sponsoring this video, and an equally special thank you to you for watching this video. And with that, we are back to the show. So anyway, we were getting our asses beat for like 20 minutes straight. And mind you, this whole time, our captain isn't even here. He's mysteriously absent while we fight this giant zombie that has all of his mannerisms. So we're all wondering where Luffy is, and that's when he shows up, buff as hell and blue for some reason. And I gotta be honest, I still have no idea what that was about. Like, I don't know why he looked like that, why he has an entirely different moveset now. Like, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for this, but this is the second time he's just pulled the transformation out of nowhere. And the thing is, I know he's never gonna say anything about this either. That's what pisses me off the most. But anyway, after Luffy beats up the giant zombie, his new transformation finally wears off and he turns back to normal. So now the only thing we have to do is beat up the long-necked spider bat before the sun comes up. And it was touch and go there for a second. I mean, the sun was fully rising and we were actively being erased, but the long-necked spider bat finally released all of our shadows and the day was saved. Or at least that's what I thought, until another warlord of the sea showed up. I said, oh no! And this guy was carrying a Bible with him. I said, oh my god, I know he fights hard. He out here whooping people for Jesus. That's a whole crusader. Mind you, everybody is thoroughly exhausted. Our captain is literally passed out. And this happens every arc. Every single arc, he puts up points by beating the main bad guy, and then he just goes to sleep, leaving us to handle the rest. And in all fairness, that is usually the hardest part, so we don't mind. But this time, there's a whole ass other warlord to deal with, and everybody is tired as hell. So the warlord tells us, hey, I don't have to kill all of you. Just give me your captain, and then I'll be out of your hair. And we're all like, hell no. And he's like, all right, have it your way. And then he blows everybody the fuck up. Everybody is knocked out. And the warlord moves in to take Luffy away. And that's when I have to save the day again. I hit him with the little shishi son and cut his shoulder open. And that's when, and you'll never believe this, that's when I find out this warlord is part robot. I said, oh, come on. We ain't ever beat a robot before. I didn't even know that there were robots in the One Piece world. I thought the closest we had was Frankie, but this guy has wires, a metal skeleton, everything. Low-key, I feel like we just weren't supposed to run into this guy yet. Like, we should not still be out here fighting at all. But now we're all way too exhausted to fight another warlord, so I decided to try to level with this guy to see if there's any way we can get out of this without fighting. Come on, man, listen, we just beat up everybody here in like 12 hours. I know the world government wants to get their hands on Luffy after we saved Robin, but what if you guys just took me instead? You would sacrifice yourself for your captain? Of course. It's not like you're getting much of a downgrade, though. I'm the swordsman of the Straw Hats, and more than that, I'm also the co-captain and first mate. So come on, just take my head and that'll be good enough. Wait! Huh? What the hell are you doing? I just can't sit here and let you lie to this man of God. Listen, Mr. Warlord, that guy is not the co-captain. He's an idiot. We don't listen to a single thing he says unless it's peer-reviewed first. I'm serious. He is famously bad at decision-making. This one time, we all got captured in a wax statue, and we caught him trying to cut off his own feet just to escape. That's dedication. No, that is dumb. You are stupid. No, the world government won't be satisfied with a loser like him. Why don't you take me instead? What? Yep, just go ahead and kill me instead of him. This guy's gotta live on so he can achieve his dream, to become the best swordsman in the world. I know he can do it too, because despite being an idiot, he's actually the best friend I've ever had. Yaw! Ah! You green-headed bitch. So as I was saying, I am the co-captain and the first mate, and I want you to kill me instead of my captain, Monkey D. Luffy. You got that? So I laid it out for the guy, and I don't know if it's because he's a man of God or if he was just in a good mood, but he actually humors me. He uses his devil fruit powers to remove a tiny bit of Luffy's pain and says if I can take care of all of Luffy's pain, then he'll accept that we've been through enough and he'll be on his way. You know, you really don't have to do this. Go on, do your worst. All right, no, yeah, that settles it. All right, take it all out right now. I got this. And so I asked the warlord to take me somewhere a little bit further away so that if I died, at least none of my crew members would see me. And even though I was in the worst pain of my life, all I could feel was sadness and guilt for letting Luffy carry all of this on his own. So I stared down the most pain I've ever felt in my entire life, take a deep breath, and dive on in there. And oh my God, did it hurt. There was a bright light for a second, then just darkness. Till finally, I come to and I'm still standing, baby. They tried to take me out, but with discipline and dedication, I proved that I'm the first mate and co-captain of the Straw Hats. So, what the hell happened to you? Why is there so much blood here? Wealth, fame, power. The king of the pirates and his first mate obtained it all, plus more. Are you dying? Come on, sing along, all your hopes and dreams. Zoro! How long have you been here? Where did the other warlord go? How are you still alive? This is so much blood, man. Hey, Zoro! Oh, God, yeah. Maybe get Chopper over here.